Moto and Daybreak Games, Wizards of the Coast and Daybreak Games have announced their collaboration for helping to develop and publish Magic Online. Cool. What is Daybreak Games? If we just look up Daybreak Games, okay, so Daybreak Games releases or something. I don't know. Maybe Wikipedia comes up. Okay, so Daybreak Games, we're gonna look at what they published and what they're kind of big on right now. So things that are active right now, they've published Everquest. Definitely for all you fantasy gaming nerds, something that you've heard of before. For some of my more console players, you might have heard of something like PlanetSide. PlanetSide was a great game too. Looks like they've done some Star Wars stuff. Everquest 2, things that are active. Everquest, probably Pirates of the Burning Sea. God of War Betrayal. Oh my god. Okay, Pox Nora, I remember that as well. DC Universe Online. Plants vs. Zombie on the PlayStation. Payday the Heist. That's actually a pretty fun game on Steam. For anyone looking for some type of like group game to play, that's fun too. The big one is going to be H1Z1 Battle Royale. Okay? What is this, 1999? I believe this is H1Z1, right? Yeah, formerly H1Z1 and King of the Hill. Okay, Z1 Battle Royale. They renamed it. Okay. So this is what they've published. The Dragon's Prophet, whatever. The problem with this is that I know a lot of you have already kind of understanding, some of you gamers here, the problems with some of these things that have been published. Games that haven't been really looked after, handled well in the long term, left at the wayside. H1Z1 being the big one, not really innovated or improved on. A game that really helped skyrocket the Battle Royale phenomena and games like Fortnite, Warzone, just in totality, really helped and been a part of this process, but has now been shifted back, right? Like, this is not one of the big games out there. So this is definitely a lower end publisher. That's what I would say. This is not a AAA publisher. Might be a single A, might be a double A, might be half a damn A, might be a B. Okay? Doesn't matter. They are partnering with Wizards of the Coast for their first digital only IP. Okay, so TCG digital only IP to publish Magic Online. Now, initially, according to this article, and what they wanna move forward is for the first year and a half, it's gonna be a slow transition forward. Okay, it's not gonna be fully integrated for a while. They want these next year of releases to be very smooth. Kamigawa, New Campania, Dominaria, Brothers War. Can't wait for Brothers War, by the way. And Commander's Legend, Baldur's Gate, Double Masters, and all these things that are going to be introduced. They want these things to transition slowly into Moto. Now, this last paragraph is where I want to start our discussion on this. So, once our publisher transition is complete, you can expect to hear more about where the team wants to take the game in the future. Updating the battlefield with a focus on multiplayer and commander play is still a very high priority for the team, along with continuing to modernize some of the underlying systems that run the game. Daybreak Games also brings decades of gaming experience and expertise to the table, and in collaboration with the Moto team, will be exploring how their knowledge and skills can help improve and grow MTGO for years to come. So, I should be doing more research as to this. This is my initial take on this, but I don't, to my knowledge, obviously, something like H1Z1 has its own monetization system, and that's a very big thing to discuss. Monetization, economy, and where these things are moving forward, because this is obviously a very massive discussion right now with MTG Arena. The state of Arena and how expensive and exorbitantly inaccessible that client has now become. There was definitely a great sweet spot. Initially, it was very expensive. A lot of players got in. Over time, they built their player bases, got into Historic. It's great. But now with stuff like Alchemy, the economy's become very unapproachable for the free-to-play market. So, what can Daybreak Games do for Arena on a money perspective? Well, to be fair, the economy and systems on MTGO, not terrible. It's mostly affected by the lack of drafts. It's affected by Arena, and the economy otherwise is actually pretty solid. It's based on a Windows like 1942 client, whatever, but it has trading, it has real world it has real world exchange. So if you get a complete set, you can exchange it, and that has monetary value, and that's what the economy is based off of. So you can trade, you can cash out of on Moto, you can grind leagues, you can make money. Cool, right? So there's a real working, functioning economy here. The whole reason that Moto is becoming extremely more expensive, people are cracking less packs because of, again, the rental services, which are actually doing a disservice to Moto in the long term, and the arena client, which is doing the most damage because now drafting has come off of Moto. People do not draft in paper anymore because who's drafting in paper when we've been in a pandemic for so long? People have been going on to digital clients. People would rather just play constructed Magic than limited formats. Limited is dying in paper, let's be honest, especially with the advent of real life paper human drafting on arena. So that's gone. Our economy's skyrocketing. That can't really be fixed, I think. So that's just something that I'm going to put out straight away. I do not think that Daybreak Games is here to fix the Moto economy. It's got to be something else. We got to give incentive for drafting again. We got to overprint things. We got to increase the rarity of things coming out of chests. There's other ways. They're not touching the economy. What I think they're here to do is update the visuals of this client. Okay? And I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid. Moto is not an appealing client. MTGO does not inspire people to play this game. Okay? If Modern, Legacy, so it'd be Modern, and it would have to be primarily Modern, not Pioneer. If Modern was on the Arena client, I think the Moto economy would take a massive hit. The Moto economy would take a massive, insane, astronomical hit. Because you would be able to play modern games on Arena. You would then be able to play them at such a high, rapid pace at a ladder system that doesn't force you to cash in and play out. You can just play any deck you want, and then you can play at the highest echelons. You can then implement things like leagues that may not pay out in cash because Arena's economy is predatory. You can then implement things like maybe paying out in gems, which you may not be able to cash out, but maybe you can pay out in gems to buy future products, whatever it is. Once that happens, I actually think that promotes further paper play because you don't have a way to cash out. This isn't your primary way to play. You can't make money off the Arena client. So you use that to practice your games, then go back and play Modern. You just jam out your games. You have a new brew, play it on Arena, run it through the ladder. You have a deck that you want to play, you want to stream. MTG Arena is much more of a visually appealing client to stream than it is on Twitch. Anyone that thinks otherwise, you are lying to yourself. The only reason that people are watching Moto right now on Twitch is because of two things. There are two types of Magic content creators out right now. And I feel like, I hope I don't take this video too far, but there's a lot off my chest here. There are two types of Magic content creators out there right now. There are personalities and there are pro players. I am a personality. Plain and simple. I'm not that great at Magic. I'm better than the average player, and I'm gonna toot my own horn there. But I'm not great at Magic. There are Moto grinders, and there's people that are both, right? Or there are people that lean into one another. So Spike. So Spike is going to be a great example. There's probably other people like Canister. Like, there's a bunch of pro players you can name on Moto. Spike might be an exception, especially of recent times, but a lot of these Moto grinders, I don't mean to call it anyone specific, but they have the personality of a peanut. Okay? Let's be honest. A lot of these Moto grinders have the personality of a peanut. The only reason people watch them is they're really good Magic players. So shout out to them. Really good at Magic, really good at Modern. They bring a lot to the table. Personalities are the ones that grow. There's a reason why Spike is a very interactive person because he's a great human being. He's a great individual. Look at people like that versus people like the professor from Tellurian Community College, Seth from MTG Goldfish. These are the people that grow more. These are the people that people actually want to watch because they have a personality, they are well-spoken, they are well-read, and they interact with the game of Magic in multiple facets, in all types of way. These are the people that they want to interact with. So ultimately, what you have to do, what I want to round this point off to, is that you need to create a client and create a client that caters to the personality, but also has facets for the grinder. Right now, Moto just caters to the grinder. Arena caters to the personality, which is why Arena has higher viewers on Twitch, has more engagement, and has actually been growing the game of Magic. Okay? So we need to update who needs to be good when you can be entertaining. Thank you. That is literally, Grace, that is literally the point. You can be good at Magic, but you will not get the views. That is literally shown by the fact that Tolarian Community College Tolarian Community College and the Command Zone are some of the highest subbed YouTube channels and some of the highest personalities and biggest production value channels and entertainers in the Magic sphere. They have production value. They are well spoken, well read, well researched. And these are the people that Magic needs to cater to. Bringing this all back, what Daybreak Games' job is, in my opinion, for Moto is to make this a more visually appealing client. Moto needs to expand. It has been said before that there's been a lot of legacy code that has been very hard to change, and now what this allows is another developer to fully integrate with them and to grow that team, to have more people to go into this legacy code, build it from the ground up, and improve this client. There's a lot of visuals, there's a lot of sound effects, there's a lot of animations that need to be improved in this client just to make it more visually appealing. Okay? All that matters for Magic at the end of the day is money and views. Because you know what, folks? It does not matter how the game is, in the sense that the game will always be good. People love this game. This game has one of the deepest, most interactive, most fun concepts and design systems in known gaming right now. It is the best designed best designed game and TCG on the market right now. And if you do not think this is the best designed game right now, you're capping, you're lying to yourself. Okay? It's just that people don't consider card games to be real games because they just sit there and play Valorant in front of their computers while their eyes rot away all day. That's fine. You can increase your Twitch reactions. I'm gonna work up here with my modern mill. Regardless, I think Daybreak Games has a very big job to do, and I think this is the reason why Daybreak Games is on, to improve Moto. I think there needs to be visual upgrades. There needs to be upgrades to the way the trading system works. A lot of glitches, how we answer these glitches, how tournament structures work, how viewing works, how stats are taken from the game, how stats are presented in the game, how lobbies are created. All these quality of life things need to be coming from Daybreak Games, because the fundamental core of the program is there, and it just needs to be improved further. Because as I was saying before, there are two types of MTG players out there. There are grinders and there are personalities. And at the end of the day, the grinders are only cementing the people that have watched the personalities. The personalities are what are bringing people to this game. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. Let's rip off the Band-Aid here. People like Aspiring Spike, and I just want to use him because he is the best example. He is a personality and he's a grinder, but he's a grinder first. Very good Magic player. Extremely, extremely very well played. That is the type of person that needs to then become a personality, which is what he is. You know, podcast co-host on unofficially on the Dive Down, writes for CFB, becoming a personality. This is how Spike is growing. And he is going to be the type of individual that is both a grinder and is primarily a personality that is going to be growing the Magic sphere. And we need to create products for people like that to bring more people into this game and bring more people to our tables, our LGSs, and our lobbies so that we can have more fun. We have more eyes on this game. We have more ideas. We have more money to grow this amazing game. And MTGO is the way to do that, if that was an example with Arena already. That's where I'm going to end off this little YouTube section here. Thanks, everyone, for watching that. That's my little spiel. I'm going to go back into stream. We're going to finish the league. We're going to keep talking about it. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. And let me know what you think down below of that little opinion about Daybreak Games. Big shoes to fill, but I think Daybreak Games can do it. So we'll stop there.